You don't forget your childhood because time passed. You forget it because remembering would have killed you. If you've ever felt like a stranger in your own story, this channel might be the only place that doesn't look away. Hit subscribe for the part of you that's still trying to understand. You're at dinner with someone you trust. The conversation drifts backward. They start talking about their third-grade teacher, the smell of their grandmother's kitchen, the texture of a blanket they loved as a kid. They pull these details out of the air like it's nothing, like everyone can do this. You nod, you smile, and when they turn the question back to you, something tightens in your chest, because when you reach back for those same memories, you hit a wall. Not a slow fade, not a gentle blur, a wall, vertical, cold, impenetrable. You know facts, you know where you lived, you know names, dates, the layout of rooms, but you don't remember being there. The emotional texture is gone. It's like reading a case file about someone else's life. And here's the part that makes your skin crawl. It feels like you came online at 15 or 16. Before that, static, fog, nothing. Most people assume you're just not sentimental. Some even call it a strength. You don't dwell on the past, you live in the now. They treat your blank slate like minimalism, like you're uncluttered, unburdened. What they don't see is the energy it takes to keep that slate clean. Because this isn't forgetfulness, this is active erasure, and your brain is still running the program 24 hours a day, using resources that should be going toward rest, creativity, connection. You're not light, you're running on empty. So stay with me, because what I'm about to show you isn't just an explanation, it's a mirror. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. When you were young, your brain had one job: keep you alive, not happy, not whole, alive. In a healthy environment, the hippocampus acts like a librarian. It takes raw sensory data and organizes it into a story with a beginning, middle, and emotional arc. That's how you end up with memories that feel real, textured, warm. But if you grew up in chronic stress, even subtle stress like emotional neglect or unpredictability, your body flooded with cortisol. And cortisol is toxic to the hippocampus. The librarian goes offline. Your brain decides that recording the event is less important than surviving it. So it doesn't store the memory as a story, it stores it as raw sensation in the amygdala, your alarm center. You don't remember the afternoon your needs were ignored, but your body remembers the tightness in your chest, the freeze response, the room closing in. This is called structural dissociation. Your brain built a firewall. It took the overwhelming experiences and labeled them "not me." It severed the connection so you could keep going to school, eating dinner, smiling at the very people who scared you. It traded your timeline for your survival. And it worked. You're still here, but the firewall never came down. Here's where it gets worse. You're not just missing a childhood, you're operating on a delay. The mechanism designed to numb you to yesterday is still actively numbing you to today. At work, you're calm in crisis. You over-deliver. You ignore exhaustion until your body forces a shutdown, because the sensor that registers pain was disconnected along with your memories. In relationships, you're an excellent listener. You track everyone's needs, but when someone asks to see your vulnerability, you freeze. Not because you're withholding, because you genuinely can't find the file they're asking for. Eventually, they call you distant, cold, hard to reach, and you don't know how to explain that you're offering them everything you have access to. They just don't realize how much of the building is condemned. Even joy is muted. You watch people laugh with a fullness that baffles you. You wonder if they're faking it, or if you're just colorblind in a world of neon. You're not living, you're surviving your own life. The body keeps the score. Chronic pain, autoimmune flares, tension in your jaw that no massage can touch. These aren't random, they're the physical debris of holding a door shut for 30 years. And the loneliness, it's existential, because the love you receive lands on the mask, not on you. You can't be truly soothed because you're not truly seen. You survived by becoming uninhabitable. So what now? The instinct is to force the door open, interrogate family members, dig through old photos, demand the memories back. But the nervous system doesn't respond to force, it responds to safety. And safety is the one thing you've never known how to generate. The integration isn't about recovering facts, it's about realizing the blankness is the memory. The silence is the loudest scream your 6-year-old self could manage. The void isn't empty, it's a monument. You're standing in the hallway of your own mind, staring at a door welded shut for decades. You realize the person who locked it was a smaller, terrified version of you who loved you enough to survive. And maybe the question isn't how to get in. Maybe it's what happens if you just stop holding the handle so tight.